All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it again. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Turn that down. All right. So, McBean Scottish Fitness says he has another channel called McBean Farms and Prepping. So I guess you guys should check it out. I haven't actually checked it out, but I know that I follow his other channel, which is like a fitness channel. It was a fitness prepping channel mix, but now he's going to split the two, which is an absolutely better idea. So check out his channel if you guys can. If anybody can pull up the link, please put it in the description section. I mean, the chat. Sorry. So, guys, this week I haven't been planning to do any live streams other than this one. I might do one Friday, right? So I'll do a double header Friday. Oh, starting next month, I am bringing back the not so much interviews. We're not going to do interviews unless the channel is new, and if the channel is a new channel that you guys either A, never heard of before, or I never had on the live stream, we're going to do a small 5 minute interview process, and then we're just going to have an open talk about whatever the current situation or the topic is for that night. So we are bringing on April 1st, we're going to have Just Josh. These, by the way, guys, this schedule is subject to change. Something can happen. They could bail out. I can get sick. So it's not set in stone, but we're going to try to keep close to the schedule as possible. We're going to have Van City Prepper on Tuesday, April 5th. We're going to have Carbon Q on Tuesday the 7th. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have... Hold on. We should have Rage in the Cage next month as well. I gotta find the date. That's strange. All my equipment's been giving me shit lately. Don't know why. Alright, so hopefully... Again, YouTube is choppy. Help, test. If anybody could see or hear me, let me know, because I just lost myself on my iPad, which is fucking strange. Okay, so Amy Guard says she sees me. Are you seeing it? This is a little weird. Let's see what the fuck's going on. Had to refresh. Let's see. Let's try. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know what's going on. Had to refresh. See and clear. Loud and clear. All right, good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, but I lost myself on my own iPad, which is a bit strange. And now to boot, I can't see it on the iPad at all. So, whatever. Nothing on my end yet. All right, guys. Whatever. Fuck it. I'll just throw this piece of shit into the wall. Or maybe my can't tell time. All right, back on the iPad. Anyway, so guys, like I said, we're gonna have Rage in the Cage. I got the in my on my I'm sorry, on my pad. So I'll let you know. But anyway, these are the guests we're gonna be having next month. And if we have older guests back on, for example, if we have Hudson Valley Prepping or Prepper Tribe or one of the old school Prepper Now, if we have any of those guys on, it'll be more like a round table discussion than it will be an individual, because they've been on before. I guess my idea is to have new channels on and just have one-on-one discussions with them, so that you guys get to know who they are and I get to know who they are a little better, and then and then we move on from there. So I'll be having those back on again. Video says error occurred. Please try again. March hair, I had that same problem, which is really fucking interesting. Yeah, so it looks like YouTube's having an issue then. Blue Vandal said the same thing. Keeps rebooting it. Yeah, and on my what you call it on my iPad, guys, it keeps blacking out. So yeah, I had to do that, Judy. I had to close it off and then reboot it again. But it looks like YouTube's being a pain in the dick today. So whatever. Let's get on with today's show, if we will. So today's Wednesday morning midweek report. We're going to talk about the Chinese airline crash. Sorry, NYC crime. They are hitting specific stores that I never thought would be hit. Ukraine peace, is that a possibility? The laptop being real. We all know what laptop we're talking about. Racism for supporting the Ukraine. Five out of 1 out of 5 people using OnlyFans to make ends meet here in New York City, and then a tragedy in New Orleans. We'll get to that tragedy in a little bit. So, guys, the Chinese airline crash. I know a lot, especially me. Anytime I see an airline crash, I always tell people, and the wife, let's see who was on that plane, right? If there was any scientist or politician on that plane, it's an interesting thing when you see people who are on the plane that have a higher or stand out. Peace. All right, guys, if you are getting it, just watch the playback later. Fuck it. It is what it is. I just got the same thing on my own iPad. All right, guys. So anyway, the Chinese airline that crashed took 132 people Monday. So 132 people died. The plane was a 737-800, not a 737 MAX 8. I know there's a theory going on out there that people are saying that this is because they switched the plane, this is the same problem that the 737 MAX was having, and it's not. So yeah, it's a bit of a all right. All right, guys. So again, do me a favor, just watch the replay. If that's all we can do now, that's all we can do, because it looks like YouTube is just shitting itself right now. I'm getting blacked out screen on my iPad, so obviously something's going on. So and guys, again, with this plane crash, it could be nothing other than a plane crash. We have these incidents; these things do happen. But one side of me likes to know who was on that plane, and if it was nobody important, then it was just a regular plane crash. As of right now, guys, it's unclear what happened on the plane, why the plane crashed. Nothing is known. The black box was found today. I guess early morning in on China's time, right? Chinese time. So we'll find out more with that black box. The black box has all the data on what goes on with the plane and radio transmission as well. So they'll find out today. I'm pretty sure they'll find out today what had happened exactly, or what the pilots were complaining about before they went down. So, New York City crime, guys. As you guys heard me say before, crime is going up. It's skyrocketing. It's getting out of control. But yesterday or 2 days ago, they went and hit a spa. So they ran into a spa, right, which is like one of those massage places. And, they do facials and you get into a hot tub and all this other crazy shit. They ran into a spa and they got away with $1,300 worth of items or equipment, if you will, which I found interesting because how the fuck? Why would anybody hit a spa out of all out of all things to rob? A spa? And they're also hitting consignment shops. I think they're hitting them here as well. And Beverly Hill had a jewelry break-in where the guys use a maul, or you guys know it's a sledgehammer. No audio or video. What the fuck over? It says one in chat. Again, guys, sorry for the complication, but I'm seeing this cut out here as well. And you know what? When it's on my end, my computer will tell me. So clearly, it's a YouTube thing. And I know I'm watching some of you guys saying the same shit. So do me a favor, just watch the replay, log out, and then you can watch it later because it will upload. Oh, that's all right. All right, so Again, guys, with crime going on all over the place today, it's fucking really insane. Again, a jewelry store was hit, and they were smashing the windows with a maul, or what a lot of you guys know as a sledgehammer, and they're hitting this thing, and the owner's in the back hanging out, not thinking anything of it. And then I guess the last two hits on the window sounded like a gunshot to him, so he came out with his gun, and he found out that his shit was robbed. So they robbed the window. They robbed all the items in the window. They didn't get into the store. So still, guys are getting more brazen, guys. If you are using a mall to break a bulletproof glass window, that means that takes time. The fact that these guys took the time to do that in broad daylight, nonetheless, it was the sun was out. The fact that they did this in broad daylight, guys, it's really fucking bad. That means they're not giving a fuck. And to boot, I don't know what the cops are doing in Beverly Hills, that they didn't respond to that fast enough to catch the guys in the act. That's the more stranger thing to me. Here in New York City, guys, cops are spread pretty thin. And again, that new safety neighborhood team bullshit that Eric Adams started, they're clearly not adding, or not helping out, rather. Sorry, they're not helping out with what's currently going on. So hitting a spa in a consignment shop, guys, that means no store is saved. I can see them running into dollar stores next and fucking raiding those, right? Thank you, Blue Vandal. And like Blue Vandal said, YouTube is running into multiple uh, glitches throughout the entire board, so it's not just here. So, like I said, guys, watch the what you call it later. But I do appreciate you guys attempting anyway. And some of you guys are not having a problem. So clearly, this is a regional thing, I guess. I'm gonna assume. For fuck's sakes, get it together, YouTube. Yeah, I know. So, guys, with that, let's move on to the Ukraine peace, the possible peace talks in the Ukraine. Now, Ukraine has already said, Zelensky had said that he's not joining NATO if this would bring peace. I feel like he was bullied into that thought. So, I have an issue. Listen, I know that NATO's not to be trusted, right? But listen, what organization is? I mean, if we're gonna go down this rabbit hole of not trusting NATO, not trusting this, then we're not gonna trust anybody, and we might as well just go to war, right? I mean, I'm talking about a third world war, because we can't always think everybody is bad and every action is bad, unfortunately. And though yes, NATO is corrupt, so is the United States, so is Russia, so is the Ukraine, China. I can go on. The list goes on, right? With that, guys, being bullied into not joining NATO is just as bad as being bullied to join NATO, right? So again, Zelensky said that this would bring. He says if this would bring peace, he will not join NATO. So that he already threw it out there. With that, that means if guys, and I told you guys, I told you this shit before. If Putin was attacking Ukraine because they were going to join NATO, and now the Zelensky, the president of the Ukraine, had said that he's not going to join, that means all attacks should stop almost immediately. But it's not. They're going to keep moving forward. So this has nothing to do with Ukraine at all. It has nothing to do with the biolabs. It has nothing to do with the sex trafficking. None of that bullshit that Putin said it was about, it's about. All right? That's the problem of people believing the other side of the propaganda, which is the Russian propaganda as well. It's propaganda all over the place, guys. We're fucking heavily saturated with propaganda on all sides. But those of us who followed Putin from the beginning knew what he was about and knew what he's doing. We also know that he has a history of attacking other countries and bringing them back into the Russian fold. So the Ukraine one was just more propaganda as to why he was doing it, and he's not stopping there. Now, we had a lawmaker in Russia last week or 2 weeks ago now maybe, stated that they wanted Russia back. They wanted Alaska back, they wanted Fort Ross, and some areas of Antarctica. They wanted these back. Guys, with that, they're not. This is not a one-off. This Ukraine shit's not a one-off. If anybody thinks that even after, guys, even after they stop with the Ukraine and they take it over, if you will, and they make deal talks with Zelensky, because even if they win the Ukraine, I don't think they're going to out Zelensky. At least I don't think Putin will. He'll keep him in office, but it'll be run by Russian government, right? So it'll be two governments, if you will. Russia being the stronger one. Anyway, no, Ukraine's not our problem. But my point is that this Ukraine shit is a ruse, right? It's another reason why the Soviet wants Ukraine, but they want other countries as well. And I'm telling you right now, even if he stops with the Ukraine, he's going to take a couple of years off or a year off, and then boom, he's going to hit another country. That's all it is, guys. He's getting it back slowly. Now, if he is dying, he's going to make a couple of more rash decisions pretty fucking fast. But again, we have to wait and see, unfortunately. So listen, guys, it could be a cyber attack. Who knows? Yes, McBean, Ukraine is the first step, right? So, guys, we just have to wait and see. But I'm going to tell you people right now, there's a big, giant I told you so coming soon. For those Russian sympathizers who are still watching me for whatever weird reason, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not about biolabs, and it's not about sex trafficking. It's not about any of that bullshit. It's not about the Nazis in Ukraine. It's not about any of that shit. This is all a lie to push forward. He did the same thing with Chechnya, and he did the same thing with Georgia. He made up lies and reasons why he was going into those countries. And the Russian sympathizers clearly didn't follow Putin long enough. Clearly didn't. Because he lied on both accounts with those two countries. And there were bigger reasons behind Chechnya and Georgia that he attacked. Way bigger reasons. But again, guys, if we want to be simpletons and believe a Russian czar, or rather a dictator, so be it. That dictator is going to lead you down a rabbit hole of bullshit. So anyway, now moving right along, the laptop, guys. Hunter Biden's laptop is real. I think a lot of us knew that this was real. I think now that the New York Times had to sort of retract everything they said about the laptop not being real, I think that's very interesting. Clear gray skies. This is live. Right now, my live stream is fighting it out with YouTube, but whatever. So, the laptop is real, guys. And if New York Times admitted to this, that means all the shit that was on the laptop is real as well, right? And we're talking about those pictures. Now, what are they going to do about this? Probably nothing, right? They had to wait till Biden got a little more seated in his seat. I don't know if that makes any sense. And now this came out. What are they going to do? They're going to ignore it, or they're going to put more focus on the new variants, or more focus on the war overseas, right? Again, guys, this is a shit show. This presidency is a shit show. Listen, to be honest, the last few presidencies have been a shit show. We haven't had anything close to normal in a very fucking long time. But Fraser, I will be watching that documentary, Ukraine on Fire. But yeah, I gotta get time. It's pretty long for me to sit there and watch. Maybe I'll watch it on what you call it? I don't know, Netflix or wherever I can find it. I do not want to watch it on YouTube. But anyway, so guys, the problem with this laptop being real shit is that for everything that everybody said was real, they labeled us conspiracy theorists. The laptop is not real. You guys are crazy. Put back your tinfoil helmets on and go into your caves. And that's what we were told. We were told this bullshit for last year and a half, 2 years maybe now, right? Out a like on this video. Yeah, guys. Apparently YouTube's apparently it's Gray Skies. I was able to get a link from it on YouTube. So whoever has it, I mean, I have the link. If anybody's interested, I got to find it actually. But if anybody's interested, I can put it in the description section below, and hopefully it's still playing. But I was able to watch like 10 minutes of it. The problem is the Russian. Listen, as far as like the Ukraine being bad, I don't know. I mean, governments across the board are just bad, right? So I mean, are we going to sit here and split hairs? No. At some point, guys, if the Third World War happens, we're going to have to choose a side. Obviously, I'm going to choose the side of the United States, but as far as sitting there saying, well, this country's bad, that country's bad, listen, we're taking this at the advice of Russia. And Russia's always lied. Always. They've never told the truth at all. At least with our country, they give us a little bit of a voice. A little bit. Tiny. Tiny bit of a voice. In Russia, you don't get shit. Matter of fact, in Russia, if you're a reporter and you operate outside of what you're supposed to report, you can get locked up and lose your job. So keep that into consideration. And that's a fact. That's not me thinking this shit up or making it up. You can look it up for yourself. Multiple journalists have been locked up and or thrown in jail for reporting outside of what the Russian government wants you to report. All right. So, also, guys, with that, supporting Ukraine, back on that, supposedly now, according to the left, it's racist to support Ukraine. It's racist to back them. So now, because Republicans were backing the Ukraine, now all of a sudden, Ukrainian war is a racist war, and we are all racist for doing so. Rolf Steiner, I have not lost my job for speaking my mind, right? Like I said, I don't know any, and you know what, Rolf, you know what, you can lose your job, but you don't end up in jail. Okay, let's put it like that. I know that a lot of the media companies are run by Soros, and Soros wants you to report how he wants you to report it. If you are in the middle, you can get kicked off that channel. But if you work for other news agencies, you won't have that effect, right? And keep in mind, guys, we don't have state media here. In Russia, they have state media, right? So, yeah, it seems like it's running a little better now. Yeah, I guess it's running a little better. I'm watching it on the iPad again, right? So, guys, now we're racist for supporting Ukraine. All right, whatever. Listen, I can't keep up with the left and their ideologies, and every day is something new. Every day, like right now, for example, what is it? Disney, the CEO of Disney was backed into a corner, and now he's supporting the LGBT movement on their fight against the parental education bill, right? Or the parents' rights in education bill in Florida, and the child surgery or not kids not having surgery, in reassignment surgeries in Texas. There's a bill coming out, or that is out and about to be signed by the Texas governor. And the Texas governor, the bill over there, I forgot what it's called, but they are banning kids getting reassignment surgeries. With that, Disney wants to fight that bill as well. So Disney wants to fight the Don't Say Gay bill and the gender reassignment bill in Texas. Disney is going to lose so much money. I hope people fucking strike or protest. Right now, as of right now, today, all those Marvel movies I wanted to watch, the Doctor Strange and Morbius and all of those, I'm not watching them now because they are subsidiaries of Disney. Rolf, if you support Russia, that makes you an asshole. I'm sorry. It's I'm going to call you out because anybody who supports a communist country is a fucking moron. U.S. media are all liars. Okay, so every last one of liars, so you're going to believe fucking Russia, who Putin has been, guys, the liar from the very beginning. He is ex-KGB. If you're going to believe a KGB member over fucking U.S. intelligence, that makes you an asshole. Sorry, man. I don't have any use for assholes on this fucking channel. With that, guys, yes, I am calling out to canceling Disney because Falcon 1, the reason why we're canceling Disney, or we should cancel Disney, or boycott Disney, or any of the boycottings you want to call it out for, is the fact that they want to push the Don't Say Gay bill. The Don't Say Gay bill is protecting kids. The anti-kids gender reassignment surgery in Texas is also protecting kids. All right, guys? So that being said, we are protecting kids. All right? Dennis B, you have to learn how to read between the lines. I'm sorry. The fact that you're going to believe Russian media, who is way bigger propaganda than ours, then, yeah, listen, can you believe everything that's said in our media? No. But unfortunately, there's some shit you got to take with a grain of salt. Some things you got to X out completely. And other things, you just got to fucking, you got to take with a little bit of faith, right? So, Grant, we live in New York City. There are things that I have seen that the media has gotten wrong, straight out wrong, but they will do nothing to correct it. Yes, you're right about that. But there are other things I've seen and the media reported, and they got it head on. So again, yeah, Dennis B. If you agree with Rolf, then you two both can fucking suck Russian dick and bounce. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you guys, but I can't stand fucking pro Russian morons. You guys are about as dumb as flat earthers. I swear to God. You and flat earthers, you guys should fucking have a meeting and have a jerk off party. Because you guys sound like fucking jerk offs. Believing a known fucking state media lying what you call a country. And yes, they are communists. Guys, on paper, Russia is a capitalist country, but they are a dictatorship, a communist country in through and through. There are things they do not let their countrymen do. There are things that they won't let their countrymen say. If you run against Putin like they did with his political adversary, forgot the guy's name, right? Let's call him Nagov, right? Chikov is running against Putin, and Putin put him in jail the last time Putin ran for president. Okay? So he's putting his political adversaries in jail. That is not freedom, guys. I'm sorry. But again, if you two cocksuckers think that, Russia is the great, then move there, you dumb piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. And listen, as far as Zelensky being a piece of shit, I can't say that. I can't say a guy who's sticking in his country, sticking up for his people. He's legitimately sticking up for his people. So I don't know if I would call him a piece of shit. And his name is Alexei. Thank you, Rolf, for helping out. I don't know. Yes, Alexei Navalny, if I said that wrong, right? Listen, guys, believing I have 3 university degrees, I'm not dumb. If you then, Rolf, first of all, a university degree is a piece of fucking paper. That doesn't make you stupid, but it makes you, what is that called? Gullible. Makes you gullible, right? Everybody can be gullible. You can have all the degrees in the world. You can still be gullible, guys, right? And you can still believe propaganda. We are all not liberal arts degree. Nice one, Blue Phantom. Nice. We are all, I guess, accessible to bullshit, and we can believe it. But when it comes to a country like Russia, come on. Really, get off of it. Now, Mike Jones, yes, you have an argument there. But YouTube is a business, and YouTube can control what we want to say. Even though I really disagree with that, they should be controlling what we're saying. They're supposed to stand up for the Constitution and believe in free speech. But it's their company. They do what they want. So if they want to fucking slide us, then they slide us. That's their business. We have to deal with that, and we can break their balls while we're on here. We can absolutely fucking break their balls. But are we becoming a dictatorship? We could be. But if we don't stand up for ourselves, then we would completely be called a dictatorship. All right. And somebody said I call them educated idiots. Fair enough, catitude. Fair enough, right, guys? Again, we still have a lot of freedom. I mean, listen. I know that a lot of us are used to a lot of freedoms, and we're starting to see those get restricted. We are. I'm not saying that it's not happening. We are. But we still have more freedoms than those in Russia. I don't know the last time anybody who's left the United States of America and went to Russia for better living. Said no one ever. If you can show me anybody who has left the United States to live in Russia for better living, please, I'm all ears, And Rolf Steiner, if you live here in the United States, you're having fun with Biden and Kamala Harris, which, listen, they're not going to last long anyway. I think this is their 4 years and they're done. I do not see them getting reelected. I really don't. Someone says, maybe you are just scared. Scared of what? I am a big proponent of fighting whatever's coming down the pipe. The other thing is back to the whole LGBT thing, guys. The bills that Disney wants to back now, not back, but fight against. Sorry. But how do you say this? Disney, guys, we should definitely boycott. Anybody who supports these bills, or anybody who supports the LGBT community, anybody that supports the LGBT community fighting against these bills, they should be boycotted as well. Period. You definitely need to see that we are in a fight in that aspect, fighting against protecting kids. How the fuck did protecting kids become a fight? How the hell did the LGBT community goes, oh, you guys are against kids becoming transgender? That's anti-transgender. When the fuck did that happen? I mean, again, when the hell did that become the fight? That protecting kids, oh, well, we want transgender kids because it could prevent them from suicide. How the fuck did that happen? Right? Oh, well, we want these kids to be able to explore their options. They're kids. They don't know fucking anything. Kids are stupid for the most part. We were all kids. We were all stupid once. So these bills are designed to protect kids, not to diminish their LGBT quality, just protect the kids. With that being said, Disney wants to fight against those bills. Disney should be abolished. And the problem is the Disney CEO was bullied by a small percentage of America. A tiny fraction, guys. The LGBT community is about 4 or 5% of the entire population of America. Here, the transgender is probably about 1%, if not under, and transgender kids are well under 1%. Well under. Why the hell are we moving mountains for less than 1% of the population? If you join the transgenders into that, all right, 1% of the population. It's probably still less. So we are moving mountains for a fraction, way less than a fraction of the population. There is a problem. So Disney now in this household is boycotted. I deleted all Disney apps. I want nothing to do with them. If they're going to fight this wrong fight, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird that they're siding with them because their LGBT employees were walking out of Disney. Fuck them. Fire them and fucking hire people who want to work for Disney. There are thousands of people who want to work for Disney. I would have fired those fucking assholes today, yesterday, a week ago. I would have heard talks about a walkout. Who's leading it up? Oh, Billy? Billy's out. I would have made Billy the example. Billy's fucking gone. And then, oh, you guys want to follow suit? You guys can bounce too. I'm firing every fucking body who thinks that they're on the right side of history, and they're not. The Rainbow Flag Coalition needs to stop their bullshit. In this country, guys, again, the Rainbow Coalition, the alphabet community, the alphabet soup community, whatever you want to call them, they have more rights in this country than any other country around the fucking world. Any other country. Now, time for a new system. If you want to call me homophobic, so be it. It is what it is. I definitely, I'll definitely take that title, because if that means protecting kids, if that means telling an 11-year-old you cannot get fucking surgery, then so be it. So the fuck be it. I'll take the homo. Listen, apparently, in the last 2 years, 3 years now, maybe I'm homophobic. I'm racist against my own. I'm an Uncle Tom. I'm a racist against white people. I'm sexist. So I'm like all of these things. I'll take whatever name you have to throw at me, because protecting kids is not homophobia. Homophobia is beating up on somebody because he's gay, which I still don't get to this day. And that doesn't happen that often. But when it does, the media reports it like it's still happening every day. It really isn't, especially not here in the city. Now, have gay people got punched in the face for being assholes and then they turned around and called it a homophobic attack? Yes, absolutely. I've seen that happen. Listen, I've gotten into 2 arguments with fucking gay dudes, and this is like going like 10 years back. And I never once, sat there and called him a fag, any of that shit. We got into an argument. But when I told the guy, why don't you go fucking frolic with your boyfriend? That was it. And then I was a homophobe. I'm like, he was waiting for me to say something, and I was like, dude, you and your boyfriend go fucking frolic over there. Oh, you're homophobic. I'm like, Jesus Christ, because I said to go frolic, but whatever, doesn't matter. Yes, guys, this whole thing, this whole LGBT fight is fucking insane. I don't get it. I don't. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at all the freedoms they have here, and they're still complaining. I'm amazed at the freedom that black people have here, and they're still complaining. I'm amazed at all the freedoms that women have here, and they're still complaining. Every group of people is complaining about something. I think even the Irish are complaining. I don't fucking know. But everybody's fucking complaining. And I'm like, yo, you have better freedoms here than we do anywhere else. Can it be better? Yes, it can be. But, again, people are going to complain. Now, should we point out things that can be better? Absolutely. Should we be fucking marching in the street and crying and making sob stories? No, because then we sound like bitches. Though the United States is turning into bitches because we have a lot of guys eating tofu and shit. But yeah, guys, the LGBT community is doing pretty fucking good here. I'm sorry. I'm watching the act. I'm looking at the shit here in New York City or in San Francisco. I'm like, these guys got it good here. And they're marching in the street because of a bill that's protecting kids. I don't get it. Kids should not be getting surgery done or reassignment surgery, guys. That is irreversible. Yes, that's the other problem, Blue Vandal. I am seeing a lot of that. People are complaining. People are taking blame or blaming, sorry, everyone else for everything. Oh my God, fucking that guy did that. It had to be, white man's fault. Oh my God, this guy, he fell. It was a blue. You saw that black guy standing there? He watched him fall. It was his fault. Like everybody's blaming everybody. Yes, time for a new system. So where was I homophobic? I'm still, and listen, guys, I will call out the LGBT community. If that makes me homophobic, then it is. And the sex changing thing, yes, they are two different things. But that's why I thought you were getting the two confused. Because there are people calling other people homophobic for not, or transphobic, sorry, for not standing up against these bills that Texas and Florida are throwing down. I don't get it. Right, and that was the other thing. Never look back. I remember that. I remember the LGBT community like, what we do in the bedroom's our business. Okay, I agree. It is your business. Keep it in the bedroom, and no one's gonna say anything. But then when you come out of the bedroom with a thong on, swinging dildos and shit at the fucking gay pride parade, you just changed the narrative completely. Me, for example, right? Straight, love women, right? That's like me running down the street every year, fucking, throwing condoms at people like, yeah, we'll get laid people and fucking, women are the best. And like, it's like, it's the equivalent of doing that. And it's stupid. It's stupid for me to march down the street and talk about how straight I am. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Again, I told you, I don't like parades. I think parades are stupid. I think parades are for retards. But that's my opinion. And if there was a straight parade, it would be asininely stupid. I think the same thing is for the gay pride parade. I think it's asininely stupid. I think people are just, running down the street and go, look how gay I am. Okay. And then, has your gayness achieved anything in your life? No, it doesn't. Your sexuality does not achieve anything in your life. What achieves anything in your life is you as a person making that happen. Not being gay, not being straight, not being asexual or trisexual or whatever the fuck new sexualities they have going on. That is not what makes you who you are. What makes you who you are is your attitude. The person you want to be to get to where you want to get to in life. Your sexuality has nothing to do with that. I know that years ago it was about them hiding, but now they don't have to hide anymore, right? That's why the gay community has it better now. They don't fucking have to hide. I know some people say they still do. I don't get it. I don't get why anybody who's gay is still hiding. Different subject altogether. But here in the United States, guys, shit is way better than elsewhere. I know gays can't go to certain countries. They are not allowed in, and if they're allowed in, they can't have any sexual perversions of any kind in those countries. So again, we're here. You could walk down the street and fucking, and tell guys how gay you are, and everybody's gonna clap for you like retarded monkeys, So, yeah. Yeah, John, the LGBT community is I hear are at odds with the whole pedophile shit. So we have to wait and see what that looks like. You know, there are people in the LGBT community that thinks that pedophiles is a sexuality and they should join the fold, and there are other LGBT members that are like, no, LGBT members are going to absolutely be split with this. And listen, I'll go to an LGBT parade against pedophiles. Absolutely, I have no problem. Standing with the tree sexuals and shit, and us throwing fucking acorns and fucking syrup at the pedophiles on the other side of that line. I have no problem with that. Again, guys, it's called being fair, right? And the world we live in today, it's either you're on this side or that side, and forget about standing in the middle. If you stand in the middle, you're homophobic. If you stand in the middle, you're racist. If you stand in the middle, you're sexist, right? Again, this whole bullshit is out of hand. I think the LGBT community's agenda is out of hand. Period. I have two old school lesbians that live next door to me, and they agree that the shit that is going on today is out of fucking hand. It just is, right? But again, if you're gonna call me homophobic, then please prove me wrong and how I'm homophobic. Eric G. I don't know if we leave New York, we need land, and my wife is sort of out on buying land, and I'm like, yo, we're buying land. We're not paying somebody's rent anymore. Anymore. We're not paying anyone's mortgage anymore. Done with that bullshit. Uh, Militant roots. I mean, yeah, you could change your genitals, right? It doesn't change your gender. Doesn't change. You know what the crazy shit is? There was a transgender guy, woman, transgender woman, who was a guy, right? He was burned beyond recognition. This was a couple years ago. He was burned beyond recognition. I think he was burned on purpose. I think he was killed. And anyway, he gets torched. They don't know what it is. They just know it's a body. They test. They look at the body. They look at the bone, and they go, "Oh, it's a guy." Further testing, they find out it's a dude. All right. Then they identify the guy, and they go, "Oh, this guy's not a guy anymore. This guy's now a girl." So they had to go back on the finding and change the whole report to she. I'm like, what? It was a dude. If you get buried tomorrow and you die and you whittle away to nothing and you were transgender, you are going to be designated as a dude. A lot of states too, they don't play that shit. If they identify you as a man, you're a man. Bottom line. To go back on the autopsy report and change it to the opposite sex because it makes the parents feel better, that's irrelevant. The person was killed. Let's find the fucking killer. Let's not fucking sit there and worry about what it says on the report. Forget what the report says, and let's go find the motherfucker that killed him. All right? But no, these people got to split hairs and got to get angry about everything. Oh my God, why'd they do that? Why'd they put he on the report? It's a girl. That's my daughter Sarah. I'm like, come on, grow up. Again, this is a psych patient we have to fight with here in the United States. For those of you that don't live in the United States. Right, guys? So anyway, moving right along. This ran a little longer than I thought it would, but moving right along. 1 out of 5 people living in New York City says that they would start an OnlyFans account to make ends meet here in New York City. Now, it's seemingly interesting, guys, that this OnlyFans shit has taken off to the way it has. I don't get it. It's I do get it. I get that you can make easy money. I get that, a chick can, jiggle her titties and be like, look at me, and she can make $5,000 for just doing that. Not getting naked, not fucking, smacking dicks and dildos on her face. She could just jiggle her titties and she makes money. Interestingly enough, more and more women are doing this. Now, I think guys are. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works for guys. I did see an OnlyFans page for a photographer who takes pictures, and and he shows like high end pictures of, no shit, guys, landscape, like woods and shit, and he makes money doing that. Time for Change says homophobic and being against. You repeated yourself like 8 times on that. I get it. Black Wolves. But anyway, enough with Mr. Time for Saving, or whatever the fuck his name is. Yes, Kevin Grip. I guess I am a simple man. I say that to my wife all the time. She's like, "Why don't you like exploring different foods to eat?" Because I'm fucking simple, man. That's what I am. I'm fucking a simple dude. Burgers, hot dogs, bacon. I like the simple things in life. I don't want to complex shit with fucking, Groutar burgers and they sprinkle fucking gold on top of it. Like, I don't need all that shit. Just a simple thing. I'm a simple man. I might even be simple-minded at times, but whatever. Christian Prepper, yes. There was a young lady selling farts in a jar. As much as I hate to fucking say that on here and repeat it, yes, guys. So women are making money on there doing stupid shit. I mean, like, I don't know if guys are, again, I don't know what dudes are doing, but I know that chicks are doing it all on OnlyFans. So I mean, I knew one chick. She was like, she wasn't a pretty chick, guys. She wasn't pretty, but she had an OnlyFans, and she was killing it. She was bringing in a couple hundred a month, which is helping her out. She said, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna judge her for doing that. But then again, there's an article. You got to find it yourself. There's an article where this OnlyFans. They were talking about OnlyFans. They're not an article. It's a video. I don't know where you can find the video. Maybe on YouTube. But they were talking about OnlyFans models, and they call them models now because it gives them a better look than OnlyFans horse. I guess that doesn't go well. But anyway, OnlyFans models, and this one chick, guys. This one chick was, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. She was ugly. She was overweight, but she wasn't just overweight. She was, and whatever. She was just ugly, like in the face. She was just She was a nightmare. And she said she was making $6,000 a month on OnlyFans. So, if a chick is pretty, she's gonna make an absolute killing. Even though OnlyFans right now is saturated with models, women are making a killing. Now, what does that say about women who are doing it here in New York City? Well, they're trying to make ends meet. An apartment, guys, if you live in a room like I'm doing my live stream right now, that would probably cost you $2,000 just to live in a one bedroom. Your toilet in the corner and your fucking kitchen in the other corner. Boom, done. And yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, so women are making ends meet that way. And this article was geared towards women. It wasn't geared towards men. That's why I said I don't know what guys are doing. I mean, the OnlyFans thing is fucking pretty, again, it's pretty interesting. Right? But they said, 1 out of 5. This is a survey, so this is not exactly, science, but it's a survey. One person said that OnlyFans paid their apartment rent for the month. So, again, you hear that shit, guys. You hear people saying shit like that. You're like, oh my God. The 12-month span, one person has made, well, that's a lot of money, right? So, in a 12-year period, guys, you can make over $100,000. Again, I'm not advocating for women to do that, and at least, but if you're going to do it, and if that, then, do it, whatever. It's better than being out in the street, and it's better than actually selling your ass, Right? So again, guys, I don't pass judgment, but I find it interesting that living in the city has become that hard that women have to do that. But listen, I think when I first started YouTube 10 years ago, I had an issue showing myself. So for those of you that follow me from the very beginning, which are not many, but for those of you that follow me from the very beginning, you might remember my video where I was showing the gear. Like I had the camera aiming at the gear, and I would talk from behind the camera. Those were my first videos. Then people were saying, you should show yourself, it adds a little more to it, and I did. Remember Patriot Nurse, when she first started doing her videos, she had her sunglasses on all the time, right? And she always looked like a mess back in the early days. Now look at her now, all prim and proper and shit. I'm not saying I'm going to be prim and proper, but it took a lot of nerves to put yourself in front of a camera. So now, for OnlyFans, to put yourself in front of that camera and film, that's balls. That's balls. Yes, Sarita, all elderly. Listen, guys, ladies rather, not guys. I'm not advocating ladies. There are women just doing OnlyFans with their feet, their fucking feet. They have their camera right aimed down at their feet, and their feet are moving around doing feet shit, and then they're making money off of that. So, again, guys, if a photographer could make money on OnlyFans showing you the great outdoors, and women could, you know, show their feet and make money off that, yo, there's something to be said. I, I don't know. I don't know. OnlyFans is the next step from independent cam girl from the early mid 2000s. All right, thank you, Wendy Blanks. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Remember the chicks they did the I don't know. I watched like one or two of those videos and I'm like, this is boring. You know, it is. It really is. It's stupid. But whatever. Feet don't talk back. Poor man one says feet don't talk back. That is true. But the fact that people, guys, are watching someone else's feet on TV and not for nothing, but paying for it. That's the crazy shit. They're paying for this. They're pussyfooting around. Yes, Uncle Charlie. Absolutely. That's the crazy shit to me. I'm like, yo, how the fuck is that even a thing? People, and then there's some women who are wearing, I wouldn't say scantily clad, but they're wearing, let's say, like a low cut shirt, and their titties are popping out, right? And if the chick has, like big breasts, they're that big, they're popping out of her turtleneck. But nonetheless, that's all they're wearing. So they're not wearing thongs and underwears and shit. They're wearing like regular clothing, but tight. And then they're moving around the house cleaning and shit. And they're making money like that. Like, guys, the money that's being made for the dumbest things is insanity to me. I'm like, I am pretty sure, I'm 1,000% sure that somebody could start an OnlyFans with spam and their love for spam. And I can guarantee you'll probably make money. There'll probably be Hawaiians, but nonetheless, you're definitely going to have a gang of people. Oh my God, this person loves spam. Look at he's sleeping with the spam in his bed. Oh my God, he's taking a shower with the spam. Oh, is he walking that spam down the street on a leash? You'll probably make money on OnlyFans doing that too. I could almost guarantee it because that's just society today. We're simple, you know. Someone said naked yoga is on YouTube for free. No shit. I would never have thought that. Again, whatever, guys. I'm so baffled by the the whole OnlyFans and how you make money. Like, people, listen, to be fair, people probably said the same thing about preppers on YouTube. You fucking idiots are making money telling other people how to prepare for disasters? What the fuck is that about? So there is I guess, I can see the connection in that aspect, but seriously, guys, you're whatever. I don't know. I can't. All right, guys. So we're also going to end this. We're also going to end this on, I guess, on a sad note. So a grandmother in New Orleans was carjacked. Now, we've all know that carjackings across the nation are going up. So this is nothing new. But unfortunately for this lady, she died during the carjacking because the guy, I'm going to assume, ripped her out of the car. She got tangled in her seatbelt. He got in the car and drove off. And her arm came off. So, yeah, that was a shit carjacking. And I'm not going to speak for the attacker. But anyway, the guy drove off and he's going to get caught. Yeah, it's a shit job. It's a shit carjacking. Guys, crime around the United States is spiking. I know when I talk about New York City, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, all right, this is not just New York City. This is nationwide. We are seeing this shit nationwide. And it's a fucking problem. Guys, we're going to have to operate differently moving forward, guys. And Verna says, how do you get fans only? Just type in onlyfans.com and you'll see the shit show on there. You'll see toes and all kinds of shit on there. So whatever. But anyway, guys, just wanted to throw that out there. I probably should have made the OnlyFans thing last. I probably did that ass backwards. But yeah, guys, crime is a problem. And if you are older, I guess she was unarmed, but I don't know. Guys, first of all, I don't know who's driving around with their cars unlocked. Like, I seriously don't know how people are opening up the car doors and snatching people out. The guys that got beat up over by me, the the cyclists, sorry, the guys on the dirt bikes and ATVs, they drove up and they opened the car door and snatched the guy out. I'm like, who the fuck is driving with their car door open? And I don't get it. But nonetheless, it's happening. So you got to keep your cars locked. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are older people, do yourself a favor and lock your fucking car doors, man. And keep your firearm within reach. If you're in one of those states that have it, keep it in reach. Light these motherfuckers up, man. I mean, this lady died a horrible death because some asshole wanted her fucking car. All right? And that, listen, maybe I will speak for the carjacker. He probably didn't expect that to happen. Right? So now, being that he fucking did something incredibly stupid, now he's going to pay the ultimate price of killing her. So it went from a carjacking, which is like, it's a serious crime, but now he went from carjacking to murder. Just like that. Right? Just like the lady here in New York that pushed the old lady, and the old lady died. She's getting charged with manslaughter. They went too high. Now this lady's probably going to get off. You're going to charge her with manslaughter. She's not going to get manslaughter. You could get out of the manslaughter charge easily. Should have been aggravated assault or some shit. Yeah, man. QSMC, exactly. Yo, listen. I have a knife on me at all times. At all times. Now, I don't fucking walk around with nothing on it. I don't give a fuck if anybody's watching this and like, oh, this guy. I carry it on me at all times. It's a folding knife, so whatever. It's a workman knife, but nonetheless, that's what I carry on me because I can't carry a fucking gun. Listen, I probably could get away with carrying a gun, but I don't because whatever. I'm trying to play it for as safe as I can. But if the city gets too bad, I'm going to have to ask to borrow some shit, because it's getting bad. Yes, Lizzie, pepper spray is definitely going to work. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, spray some shit in somebody's eyes. If they're a psych patient, the pepper spray might be Banaka to them. Might be. But in 99% of the cases, guys, you spray pepper spray in someone's face, you're rolling around the ground. Now, keep in mind, guys, when you spray pepper spray, you have to make sure you are, the wind is on your back. All right, that's the easier way to put it. If the wind is on your back, then you spray. If you have to position yourself to spray it, then absolutely position yourself to spray. But if the wind is on your face or you're downwind from it and you spray it, it will bounce into his face and hit you in the face as well, and both of you are rolling around the ground like fucking assholes. So don't do that. Wait till you can. Now, yes, Miss Knowing It All, thank you for bringing that up. Wasp spray, guys. Wasp spray is big. Keeping it in your car if you're in New York City is one thing. Take it out during the summer months, though. Keeping it in your car is one thing. Carrying it in your bag is a different ball game altogether. That thing is huge. Carrying wasp spray around is a big can and it's heavy, guys. So keep that in mind. I don't know women who's going to carry that in their purse. I really don't. And I don't know any guys who are going to carry that in their purse as well. Yes, I'm going to rent a cop and carry him on my back as a backpack. Why not? Fuck it. Bear spray is good too. Bear spray sticks. Pepper spray is where you want to go, guys. Pepper spray is a lot safer, easier, faster to use. Bear spray is good, especially if you want to spray the guy's body. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you guys a tip. With bear spray, because it does burn. If you guys get the guy on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, if you get the guy on the ground, this is a bit much, but I would absolutely do this. Spray it in his crotch. That means while the guy's rolling around the ground, if you can throw a couple haymakers while he can't see, spray it on his dick. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. You spray it on his dick, he's going to be in absolute, utter pain now. So, just think about it. It'll ruin his day. It'll ruin his day because he can't see. It'll ruin his day because he can't fuck for a couple weeks. So, go with it. Someone said it's a felony in some states. What? Carrying mace? Yo, listen, guys, fuck that. Carry the mace, whatever it is that's going to protect you, fuck them. Fuck the laws, fuck the rules, because guess who's not paying attention to the laws and rules, guys? The people who are not paying attention are the fucking criminals out there. They are not paying attention. So why the fuck, if carrying mace, if a mace is against the law in your city, carry it anyway. Fuck them. they said pepper gel. You don't want that aerosol, right, the back in the face, and gel the sticker. And then you spray the gel on his dick, and you cake it on his dick. You cake it on his face and his dick, and then you kick him in the dick after you spray him down on it. So, right, I'm like, you just, like, you give it to him, guys, because listen, these guys ain't learning lessons. I'm sorry. They are just not learning the lessons out here. They are absolutely being major cockbags. They're getting away with this shit, you know? So, yo, you do what you need to do to protect yourself. Yes, get ready. Absolutely. Do what you need to do to protect yourself, guys, because the shit's getting just crazy. And it's nationwide. It's not just here in the United States. Nationwide. It's getting out of control. All right? So, if you get jammed up, then you get jammed up. It's better to get jammed up than be dead, right? Or raped and then dead. Or raped, dead, and burned. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting to that point. You probably could throw the jar of farts at them. They might, what is this? And then run away, you know? But anyway, guys, yeah, just stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. Stay aware of what's going on. Keep your head on a fucking swivel. I mean, seriously, because it's getting that bad. You know, I told my daughter the other day, she's 12. She wanted to go hang out with her friends. I was like, get over here. I'm like, what does keep your head on a fucking swivel mean? She goes, stay alert to everything around me. I go, so she's been listening. And I was a little proud of her at that moment when she knew that. I'm like, all right, so when you go out there, you make sure you know what the fuck's going on at all times. Keep aware of your surroundings. And she's like, okay. She's like, all right. So, you know, like, we want them to hang out with their friends. We can't keep them captives in their home. We just can't, you know. But anyway, guys, that's a different story altogether. Also, guys, Capsaicin. Capsaicin is something else you guys might want to look into. If I'm not mistaken, you can get that. You can get that in its raw form and make your own pepper spray. Right? I should do a quick video on that, by the way, and then spray one of my kids in the face and watch them roll around on the ground as a test. No, just kidding. It's just kidding. Imagine, like, hey, Maverick, come here, and then, you know, I make the whole concoction and spray it in his face. Like, all right, walk it off, and then see what happens after that. But anyway, that's another video I probably could get away with doing. But yeah, it's making your own pepper spray. But anyway, guys, with that, we're going to end the live stream tonight. This went a lot longer than I thought it would. Again, I thank you guys for dealing with the whole bullshit in the beginning that YouTube was having. And did you mean capsaicin? That's it, capsaicin. Capsaicin, yes. Thank you, LaPisha, whatever your name is. Sorry. I don't know you. Yes, that's what I meant. Capsaicin. But right, get it in its raw form. You can make your own pepper spray, right? But some people are like one of the military guy in the beginning said you can also get the gel. The gel's probably better. It sticks to the face. It doesn't bounce off. Because the other thing with pepper spray, guys, is he says you make the news with that. I might make the news with that. I hope I do. I hope, guys, I use some shit on somebody out here where I make the news on it. Ex-fireman used a baseball bat to... I hope I do. I really do. Because then that would bring attention to what the fuck's going on in the city. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm going to look into doing a video on that, and then looking to do a video with the different protective measures when it comes to, like, pepper spray and shit like that. But real quick, with pepper spray, guys, too, the other thing is you have to keep a distance away with pepper spray, because if you are too close and you hit somebody in the face with the pepper spray, you can get the splashback, and it will end up in your eyes. And again, both will be rolling around on the floor fucking cursing at each other because you can't see, right? So again, keep that in mind with pepper spray. Keep a distance, even bear spray when you're using it. All right, guys, other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys Friday. Thank you.